Alrighty, turn 6, December 12th. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, there's a good free base. We'll take that one. More unloading of troops and supplies. Wow, look at all those clouds, all that weather. Here we go. What do we? Oh, looks like Murchies. Oh, tankers. Oh, wow. Must have been stopping there to load up fuel or something. Not sure what the... Huh, can't complain. I'll take a dead tanker and a dead oiler. Nothing to really watch here. We will speed this up. What? He escaped? That is ridiculous. Alright, the next enemy group. Ah, little sweeper. Come on, let the destroyers finish him off. Save the big gun ammo. Come on, 2,000 yards. Oh, he shoots back. Oh, bounced off some armor. How do they manage to escape? That makes no sense. I don't understand how they can escape from that. They're sitting there doing nothing, not moving. I surprise them, and they escape. Sometimes I don't understand this game. Unload, unload, unload. Alright, there's the sweeper again. $19,000 yards, wow. There we go, keep closing. Don't fire till you see the whites of their eyes. There we go, some 6-inch shells hitting it. Alright, I'm pretty sure I got them dead this time. Oh, massive explosion. Yeah, it's all over but the cry. Oh, another one. Yep, this is over. Confirmation he's sunk. I'd like to get that oiler too if he's still in that area. more bad weather. Great! Airfield hits. Mostly just trying to prevent forts. With the extra supply he purchased for there and the troops he's moving in, that'll be a stronghold. Airfield strikes. Nope, no enemy planes hit. Come on, keep piling on the damage. Oh, these are 800 kilogrammers. Oh yeah. Five merchants still in port, and they each took a 800 kilogram bomb. Nice. No damage to the enemy troops. It's pretty sad when my float planes can inflict damage, but my bombers can't. See? That once again. More hits on the airfield at Wen Chao. Here comes more. I just cannot damage those units there. Severe storms, no wonder. We're dropping bombs blind. There's some good damage. Oh wow, Zeros are doing much better than I thought they would. They got 3. But they got all 4. Nice. Wow. Interesting. Some good airfield hits there. Come on, Nate, get him. There's one gone. Didn't kill him, but damaged him and drove him off. Allied ship sunk. There we go. We're going by pretty quick, but one of the torpedoes was a dud. So 12 torpedoes, 4 hits, 5 hits if you count the dud, and 2 sunk merchants. Alright, not bad for people on the move in jungle. I'm hoping they don't hit the up. There it is. Yeah, that LSD's gone. Was damaged too much from running aground, and no way she was gonna get out of there. Oh, he's hitting both. Just in case, huh? Pretty sure there's nothing there. Surprised he didn't play a cheap move and go after the resources. Bombing men, bombing airfields. Well, overall, a decent afternoon, and I think that was both phases. Another allied ship sinking. Alright. Troops coming ashore here, more troops coming ashore there. There. The second wave, another from the south in Luzon, landing at Maybon. Landing at Manus. Alright, now we should get some land action here. Alright, artillery at Hong Kong. That brigade is still strong. Naga Falls, a lot of fight. Mersing, he got away. That should be an easy fight here at Guam. Yep.
Greetings, everybody. How's tricks? This is Orphan Anne from Radio Tokyo, saying hello to all of her dog faces and boneheads wandering the Pacific Islands. Before we start the music, the Japanese High Command announced today that the ever-victorious forces of the Japanese Empire have captured Guam.
Yay, Guam, finally. Tulagi will fall. Wewak will fall. Balabak will fall. San Fernando's falling. Alright, build one fort, okay. Alright, overall, could have been a little bit better, but the LSD and Naru is probably gone. I'm afraid to see what kind of damage it is after taking 2,000 pounders. Can't be much left. Probably have to go end up scuttling it. But overall, a decent turn. We captured a bunch of bases. Moved more men and equipment and supplies ashore in several locations. And the ever victorious Japanese Empire is continuing to expand. Once the actual turn is finished, I will hop off for a few, then I'll be back and we will go after the aftermath. Alrighty. Pretty interesting turn. Finally get some actions going on. Invasions are going off, capturing a lot of bases. So let's jump into the aftermath here. Let's pull up a score. Slowly gaining in points. He's slowly losing, as expected. Aircraft losses probably going to be still one-sided towards me because he's not putting much aircraft in the air. Looks like there's the 4 bombers I got, and he says he lost. See, I lost 6, he lost 8. So what else did he lose? He lost some DO-24s. There's one there. Actually, it's not even on the list, is it? Yeah, it is. Air to air. A Dauntless. Some PBYs. That's good. But overall, most of the losses, I lost a couple to flak, and the rest of mine were ops. So it says I lost 6 this turn. So let's see. Two were killed. 3 of my pilots were wounded. The other one apparently was fine. Sunk ships. All allies. I got that tanker at Miri. You got the sweeper at Miri. Supposedly a sub-sunk? I don't believe that. Would have been, looks like a recon or ASW got him. And then the 2 AKs near Jesselton from my long-range naval assets. Slowly increasing points. Army lost points. Allies are up to 214. I'm at 2. I've lost 6 total ships. Allies have lost 22. I hope to keep increasing that, but Dean's doing a pretty good Sir Robin here. He's running away with everything he can. I think he has a lot more lost ships from the port attacks I did on turn 1, but Fog of War is hiding them still. So let's just go through, see what's coming for me in the next few turns. Okay, 8 days. I get some float planes on a AMC. No real air assets until 50 days out, so middle of January. Ships coming in. Couple sub chasers. 19 days out. That'll be January 1st. I start getting some ships. I got a bunch of ships on that day. Look at that. That's good. I like getting more stuff to use. Ground reinforcements. 6 days, I get my first reinforcement of the war. A naval air force unit. Then a guard regiment. January 1st, looks like I'm going to get a bunch of units. Yep, not a ton. That's my first new brigade I bought. the Deaniks Brigade for Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. So that's really all there is to see here. I'm coming down here because I do always like to check these. It's not a whole lot to see early in the game because you're not producing much as you build up your factories. My engines are gone. 2 valves, 2 zeros. Starting to get stuff online. I have turned upgrades and replacements on several units. So I'll be starting to, as you can see here, they're starting to upgrade. Expanding to fill out some units, starting to replace not necessarily battle losses, but a lot of the ground units don't start full. Especially over in like the all the Thai forces aren't full. A bunch of the Chinese forces are not full. I just turned on some replacements on them and upgrades. We're going to start filling these out and at a slow rate. That's what there is to see here. Let's go into my production real quick. I just want to make sure everything is repairing and I don't have nothing sitting there at a set size that I don't want. They should all have something in parentheses here. Okay, he's an R&D. He had 7. Expand him there. He's R&D, R&D, R&D. All right, they all have some expansion coming yet. Come in, look at the planes. They should all be in the same. Nope, he's max size. Not expanding the nates, I'm just using up the engines that you start with. I have all these Marys being built, factories for them, but I'm not going to produce any because I don't want Marys. I'm just going to the Marys upgrade to the Helen line for some reason, so that's what I'm going to go with once they max out to 30. Make sure all those, yep, everything is good. We're here to my repair yards. My repair yard at Babel and Truck are slowly repairing. I want those to at least size 20, 25, maybe even higher, depending on what I want to repair there. The trick with those is figure out what ships you want to be able to repair. Go look at the ship, make sure your repair yard is large enough. Usually a size 30 will repair everything, but except for like the Yamato class. But with some of the changes, the new ship designs we brought in from the mods, I need to verify what size I want to repair and where. Just so when I need to do repairs on them, I am able to. Nothing is horrible. Nothing is as bad as sending a ship to repair yard and it can't fit in the repair yard. All right, go over the turn here. Berman looks good. Got troops moving. Great. Looks like my engineers and my artillery are going to arrive in Tavoy first. While everyone else sits back here and plays tiddlywinks. Got a unit there who does not seem to be moving. A unit there. I chase out of Victoria Point. I'm down here. These guys are all unload. Oh, he's done unloading. He can go back. Slow movement here. We're still 26 miles. 27 miles away from looks like an undefended Alor Star. I will be taking this dot base this turn with my partial tank regiment here. Then we will move. I don't know if I'm going to move into Georgetown or not. I'm going to review my notes to see how big the garrison at Georgetown starts to see what might be sitting there waiting for me. Then troops down here moving. Oh, next turn they should move into that dot base here. Kuala Kray, and where the retreating troops from Kota Baru are. Kuantan, he looks like he's still retreating. He's been artillery bombarding me. This is my third of of an infantry regiment that I mistook. I've dropped him off here. He has plenty of supply. I am leaving here. I'm not doing anything. The ships are heading back for the rest of the group. I took Mersing last turn, which is good. I will be heading west. Unfortunately, the Australian brigade that starts there did manage to flee to Johor Bahru, but I have plenty of things here. Those tanks will roll right west to Klang and seal the rail and prevent anything from up here. All these units up here that are here are going to be gone. They won't be able to traverse easily through. Most of them are probably on rails right now, or trying to get to rails, and then they're going to be stuck. Down here into Sumatra and Java, nothing going on, just some subs. I have left Borneo pretty much alone, other than this combat task force, who ran into some ships here at Miri. The one tanker fled. I killed our oiler fled. I killed the tanker and I killed a minesweeper. Looks like we got a bunch of ships moving here, and those Royal Navy destroyers out of Hong Kong. Last turn we showed that I think they're Dutch. The Dutch, the DO-24Ks, the patrol planes, hit the CL Kashi with a 300-pound bomb. Didn't look like it did too much damage. I was afraid there might be a lot more damage, but it looks like we're still in pretty good operations. We still have almost 80% of our main ammos and a bunch of torpedoes, so we're still good for some more combat. I'll probably leave them here and try to engage at least maybe one or both of these groups before replacing them. Here is another battle group here. I came down here to kind of... I thought for sure those destroyers were heading here, but they did not, so I'm going to cut these guys over here and try to pick up these groups as well. There's my transport. They will probably head back to Baalbek and drop off some more supplies. Up here in Southeast Asia, I have a ton of task force here. Some are heading west to Malaysia, dropping off reinforcements. Other ones are coming back empty. Another big area up here in, I don't know, southern China, I guess we want to call it. I landed at Guangchuan last turn. Nothing big. Don't need anything big here, but this is an empty base, and I will take it. That'll get me some more light industry and such. You can see I have both my regiments here now. We will attack this turn. Got another one moving into here, probably to head down to Pakoi, although that's a Chinese corps there, so I'm not sure if that'll be an even fight or not. Hong Kong is still in Allied hands, unfortunately. My men are still tired and disrupted some. I just can't get any air support over here, despite bombings every day. It's been storms since pretty much day one here. There's my combat task force sitting out here waiting for whatever's left in Hong Kong Harbor to try to flee so we can finish it off. I got troops heading out here, more troops and ships either heading to the Philippines or coming back empty from the Philippines. You can see I took San Fernando last turn. I will be moving engineers down here, repair that airfield, and get more planes down here. We keep on heading south. From what I can see, my transports didn't fly last turn. That's weird. That is not what I had them do. Oh well, we will try again. I'm trying to take this base here, Lingayen, before these troops can move in there. If I take it, I can cut them off. There's the 4 carriers of the main KB. Just providing some air support here while I take this task force lands. We'll take here, then we'll head right into here. It looks like whatever is in Manila is running. So Manila's gonna fall without any real effort because he's fleeing up to Clark. You see here, I put a lot of effort into hitting the Clark airfields. We got 16 damage after the repair phase. So my planes are accomplishing their job of keeping that airfield damaged so he can't build forts. Once all my men land, we'll come down here and push him back out of Clark into Baton. And then usually I let him sit there for a while because I don't usually leave it there for a while until I really want to start using the harbor here in the port, and then I will start the main attack. I'll put a couple units in there, and then just so they can't rest. Because if you don't know, if you're in a hex with an enemy unit, you slowly get fatigued in that. Even if you don't in combat, just because the presence of the enemy there, and if there's any resources or industry there, they do not work while enemies are in the hex. But it looks like he's pretty much cleared out here. It looks like he has most of his troops here. I've got one there. Not sure why. Maybe two, so I can't just land there from sea. You got one running from there. I might be able to catch him. You got one down here in Manila. I'm guessing everything south of Manila is completely empty. I'm preparing to start the invasion of Mindanao as well. Loading troops over here at Babel. The Sarong is mine. This Tassel is coming back to drop off the rest of the supplies since the threat from probably the Houston is gone. I'm not sure where it went. I think it's around here somewhere. Although it could have been what I spotted last turn as some PCs that came down here. So I could be on the complete wrong side of New Guinea. If she gets away, she gets away. I'd like to bag her, but I'm not going to spend a lot of effort chasing older ships when I need to be expanding and taking bases. Manus will fall this turn. I got the invasion for Rabal and Kevieng moving out of truck. The big threat to this whole area is right there. Yorktown and the Enterprise. I'm not sure where they're heading. They could head directly west here, or they could just cut down through here, heading to Australia. I'm not exactly sure what his plan is. He was about here last turn, so he definitely slowed down because he bombed Nauru and Ocean Island, the ports. You can see he hit the LSD with a couple bombs. I don't know. I might scuttle that. I might not. I hate to lose an LSD this early. It is worth 34 points by itself. If I scuttle it, it'll go down to I think 31. You save 10%, so it's not that big of a deal. He may sit here and hit it again. He may just keep on going. If he keeps on going, I have a chance of saving that ship, so I'm not sure. Good news is I believe all of my amphibs here are still unsighted. Yep, these are the ones that just took Tulagi. They'll come around here. I'm trying to skirt around the U.S. carriers. I don't want to get near them. This task force will be wiped out by them, but has a lot of good ships in it. The same thing here. They were fleeing from here. They'll probably come up and around. My sub-Congo line coming back from Pearl still. Guam finally fell. So I'll slowly get some engineers there and start building that base up. My PBs have arrived at Wake and dropped off their 140 tons of supplies. Not quite enough to take the yellow away, but they will probably bring back some men because I don't need that whole regiment there. I don't need any of those troops there. Got more ships moving. My other two CVLs are coming down to join the mini KB. Then it'll be a 4 CL group. Won't really be too much of a threat to any kind of real opposition until I get enough aircraft in my poles to fill them out. Got more troops coming down. The rest of the subs. More troops heading west. more troops loading, and ships being organized still. I got my first convoy of resources arriving. Not a whole lot, it's only 25k, but every little bit helps. Got to get that started, and then because right now I'm losing about 75,000 resources a day in Japan, which is not, doesn't really sound like a lot, but compared to what I have there, it is. Let me bring my notes over, and I'll show you. Let me open them up. Right here, as you can see, I'm very meticulous with my notes. This is the turn. So you can see currently in Japan itself, I only have 87 days of resources. That will probably drop down to about 30 or 40 days, possibly even 20. I've seen it as low as that before I usually get my stuff moving. But then I'll be mostly positive and we'll start climbing that up. I'd like that to, well, you want it to be as high as you can, because every day you can produce is more aircraft, more armaments, more everything for the later days of the fight. Oh, this needs cleared. There we go. Yep, so this is all the stuff that I track on a turn-by-turn basis. You can see my garrison is still 11,000, basically 500. I got 3,500 more AV to pull out of Kwangtung, Manchuria, but I have to pay political points to do so. Over the last couple turns, I've used 1,000 political points, buying out armor and artillery. You don't ever want to go like below 100 political points, just because there's times when you might need to change a leader, or a base, or upgrade some aircraft, and some of those things can be expensive. So you never want to get too low on political points. You're better off waiting a turn and getting the replenish from every day. So as you can see here, my last turn I lost 74,300 minerals resources out of Japan itself. Basically, I should be losing 74,700 a day, according to my consumption, which means I might, unless some is coming in via automatic convoys over ports. Here's my empire-wide stats. For some, that matters more than, it all depends on how you want to look at it. I like to keep them separate, because even if I have 30 million resources, but I only have 3 million in Japan, Japan is where all my industry is, and where all the refineries are, and so forth. So you can see, overall, I used 50,000 tons of supply last turn. That is including the 33,000 tons that I made in Japan. I gained 12,000 overall in resources, mostly from the bases I took, and overseas bases are producing more resources than I consume. You just have to haul it home. I lost 6,500 tons of oil, because my oil is less than my use, and fuel as well. You can see the numbers here. If you pull up Tracker, I can show you a very interesting chart you may or may not know about under industry, the Warren Pacific chart. Some of these numbers are not 100% accurate, but they tell you how much supply you're making a turn, where it's coming from, how much resources you have total, what your balance is, how much you're spending on light industry, how much you're spending on heavy industry, how much oil you're making, how much fuel you're making, how much fuel you're spending on industry, your extra fuel, and so forth, and your extra output of HI points, which this is surplus after spending everything down here. It shows you your manpower. This is a very useful chart. I look at it on turns, every couple turns, or after I take some major bases, because taking bases, you'll get more light industry, more resources, and so forth. It shows your current, these are your empire-wide stats. So these will match what I have over here. And then if you want to look for independent stats, like in different regions, you go to your oil and resources, supply and fuel. Now, Base Tracker doesn't have this. You have to make your own regions or find someone who has a region definition that you can just import. You import that, close Tracker, open it back up, and boom, you'll have whatever they set up. They have Japan here. As you see, there's the stats for it. They have Hokkaido as separate. Like I said, see, Hokkaido has 40,000 a day extra resources by itself. That's half of what the main island needs. Well, actually, it's right here. 36,000. Sorry, 34,000. So almost half extra of what you need, because Japan itself needs 74.7. That is short per day, and Hokkaido itself makes 34. Then there's Sakhaline's on here. Yep. Seeing there's another 10,000 up north. So over half of what you need is right next door. Manchukuo is producing 15,000 a day. You see, it's all over right now. China's not that bad. It's only making me 5,000 a day. It's not that much. But altogether, I'm making more than what you need. The trouble is getting it home. Korea is 4,600 positive. There's a lot of information here. As Japan, you really need to look at it and understand how your economy is going to work. Because if your economy dies in like 42 because you overexpanded or you weren't shipping stuff home and you don't fix it very quickly, the game's over. You won't get no new aircraft. You won't get no new ships. Aircraft groups you will still get. Those come free. You have to build every ship. You have to build all the aircraft to put into the air groups. Every time you take replacements in land units, you have to pay for it. Now, some require armament points. Some items do not. Those all come from the HI. You can see vehicles, armaments, Navy, merchant, aircraft engines, and aircraft themselves. You move these back out of the way. I wanted also to check damage on Wenchao Airfield. Still not damaging it. Well, I don't think I have any recon on this. Where's my recon? Alright, I need to get some recon on Wenchao, because I might be damaging it, but it doesn't look like I have any recon on the base. See, because if you come over here to Hong Kong, I have 9 out of 11 total detection rate, so the information is very accurate. I have no detection here at Wenchao. I could have swore I had planes flying here, but maybe those are the ones that I keep seeing canceled every day due to weather. I also bombed, Tavoy, to avoid some forts buildup. Yeah, see, I have 1 out of 10, so I'm not really seeing the damage there. And Chusan. Good luck figuring out where that's at. Oh, right. Is that it right there? Nope. That one right there. Don't have any recon over that. 1 out of 2. Looks like I'm going to need to spend some minutes this turn and reallocate my army recon planes. Wow, he is moving. See, he's got more units coming here to Aichang. Wow, this attack here didn't go either. Heavy rain at Hancock. That's probably why. Weather is definitely hampering my activities. I don't like it. Especially, it's important all the time to, for weather not to affect you, but it's extra important in the early game where you need to move quickly before the Allies can organize their defenses. There's a lot of places that start out undefended or lightly defended, and if you get there quick enough, you could take it with like a battalion, but if you wait too long, you're going to need a regiment or even more. And if you plan on bringing a battalion and you wait too long, that battalion, when it lands, is going to get mauled. So that's the trouble with weather. It really slows you down. I know, like here at Hong Kong, I probably should have took this base already, but my aircraft are not flying. They're starting to fly now, but the first few days it was storms, and I had no ground support. So when I attacked, my division and the regiment just had no aerial help and ran right into those level 3 forts, and there wasn't much we could do about it. Just have to wear them down. Hong Kong should fall in the next couple days. Depends on how hard I want to push. And then that'll free up all these troops to be heading elsewhere. Now, on Hong Kong, it luckily does not have a garrison requirement, so I don't have to leave anything here. But this early in the game, you want to leave 30 or 40 assault strength here for a while, just in case, China gets crazy and comes down here. You can come down right down through here, and you won't see it until he moves into here. And then, he can invade with, Hong Kong and take it back. I mean, it may or may not be a good move because, and whatever comes down here is gonna die here. But in China, your units are free. If I wipe them out, you get them back for free automatically in 30 days at possibly better strength. They come in at a third of their toe instead of whatever they're down to now. So it's really hard decision in China whether to encircle forces and destroy them, knowing they'll be back in 30 days at a third of their max strength. Some of these units have a 700 max strength, so they're coming back in the 200s, which is like 2/3 of a division. So you gotta be careful whether you want to, keep pushing them out or encircle and destroy. It's really a tough call on a lot. But I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. If you have any questions, remember I'm over on Jochen Heiden's Discord and my own channels. Come over and ask your questions, comments, whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me. I will answer them and make comments back if I'm able to. One thing I did also remember, there's still a lot of port ships here in Manila. I'm very surprised. Last turn I hit Manila port. I damaged 5 ships with 800 kilogram bomb each. I was very shocked that usually these reports are not accurate at all. So those ships cannot be feeling well after an 800 kilogram hit them. But that's it for this turn. I'll get my orders in and get this sent back to Dean. A little bit of luck, I'll have another turn this evening, but possibly not. So I appreciate you guys taking time to come and watch my videos. I'd appreciate a like or even a subscribe if you're up to it. If not, hey, I don't care. Just come over, view, hang out. Doesn't matter to me. You guys have a good one, and I'll talk with you later.